Pressure doesn't always build a man. Sometimes it will make him angry. Sometimes it will make him numb. And sometimes it will make him disappear inside himself. But pressure always does one thing every single time. It reveals the heart of a person. It reveals what's really in there. A lot of people can fake confidence. They can fake strength. They can fake discipline when nobody's testing you. But when pressure shows up, the mask comes off. I've seen it in the military. I've seen it in the fire service, and I've seen it within myself. Because the thing about pressure, it will show who will panic, who will run, who will freeze, and who will blame others. But pressure will also show who will step forward. It will show who remains calm, who carries the weight for everybody else, who the natural leaders are. So today I'm going to talk about pressure, not some motivational way. I'm talking about the real version, real life, the kind that will break you if you don't lean into it and face it. That kind of pressure. Pressure will expose you. Pressure doesn't create character out of nowhere. It reveals what's already there. In the Marine Corps and in the fire department, those are things that you learn very fast. You know, we have a saying in the fire department that's watch what you say because you will be found out very quickly. Because when things go sideways, people get exposed. Not because they're bad people, but because pressure has a way of stripping the fake version of themselves. Because when the alarm goes off and the calls go bad and the rounds start cracking and when the house is on fire or when somebody's dying in front of you, you actually find out what's inside you, and it can be uncomfortable. Because most men believe they're stronger than what they actually are. Because pressure has a way of telling the truth. Pressure can also make you worse. You know, there's a saying that when coal sits under the ground for long enough and the weight of the earth will crush the coal and make it into a diamond over time. A lot of people say that pressure makes diamonds, but in real life, pressure can make you bitter. It can make you angry at the world, at others, at your family. Pressure can make you controlling. It can also make you cold. It can make you shut down to people that love you. And that's the part we don't talk about enough. We don't talk about how pressure can break you. Because sometimes being hard, a lot of men aren't becoming better because of pressure. A lot of people aren't becoming better because of pressure. They're just becoming harder. And there's a difference. Hard isn't always strong. Sometimes hard means your family gets the worst version of you, or the world gets the worst version of you. A lot of people aren't becoming better under pressure. And there's a difference. Hard isn't always strong. Sometimes just means you're hard towards life, towards your loved ones, leaves you emotionless and numb. It means sometimes your family gets the worst end of it, your friends, and the world around you gets the worst version of you. Sometimes hard means you can handle chaos, but you can't handle peace. That's something I had to learn the hard way. You know, for me, pressure wasn't just one thing. It was the military. It was maybe war, Iraq, seeing the violence. You know, it was growing up with certain things in my life as a child. You know, from learning disabilities and being extremely tongue-tied and having very low self-confidence. Or it was the military, from doing 2 deployments to a combat zone and seeing the worst in war and what people can do to one another. Or it could have been the firefighting, seeing death and risking your life. For me, it was a failed marriage, becoming a father, and trying to figure out who I was after I took one uniform off and put on another one. For a long time, I thought surviving was just carrying. Don't talk about it. You don't complain. You don't be weak. You just keep moving. In the military, we had a saying, suffer in silence. And there's some truth in that. There are times to move. There are times to suffer in silence. And there are times to be numb and disconnected. And there are times when nobody really cares on how you feel. And there are times when people's lives depend on you. But eventually, when you carry the weight for so long, it starts leaking out, starts bleeding out. It comes out as anger, comes out as numbness, comes out as isolation. Even some of us choose to drink to numb ourselves, maybe even drugs to numb ourselves, chasing distraction, chasing women, shutting down, and becoming something you don't recognize anymore. That is not strength. That's a man slowly disappearing inside himself. Now we're going to talk about how pressure can actually build a man. I think pressure builds a man in 3 ways. I think pressure builds a man only when he does 3 things. Tells the truth about what pressure reveals. Not the fake truth. Not the Instagram truth or social media truth that people like to show the good side of things. I'm talking about the real one. The real truth, what reveals fear, anger, insecurities. It reveals your ego, because did it reveal what you need to pay attention to? Reveal that you don't trust people anymore? Did it reveal you quit when things get hard? Pressure reveals those things to you, then good. You know what to fix. You know what to rebuild. You know where to work on yourself with. Second, you stop blaming other people. You start taking responsibility for yourself. Because what happened to you isn't fair, but life isn't fair. Because at some point a man has to decide, am I going to let pressure define me, or am I going to use it? You can do what's right and still stay stuck. That's the hard truth. Third, he chooses discipline over emotion, because under pressure, your emotions will lie to you. Anger will tell you to burn it down, destroy everything. Fear will tell you to run and flee, and your ego will tell you that you need to prove yourself. And pain will tell you that you need to isolate. Lust will tell you that you need an escape, and comfort will tell you that you need to quit. The thing about discipline, it keeps you on the path when your feelings are pulling you away from it. You know, in the Bible, in Proverbs 4, hits so hard. It says to guard your heart, watch your mouth, and keep your eyes forward. Watch the path that your feet are on, and don't turn right or left. And that's the fight. And pressure creates. The goal isn't to become emotionless. That's not strength. The real goal is to become steady. You know, a steady man can feel fear and still move. He can feel angry and still control his mouth. He can feel pain and still love his family. He can feel pressure and still make the right decision. That's the kind of man people trust. Not because he doesn't have scars, but because his scars don't control him. That's what pressure can build. A steady one. A man with purpose. A man with their strength. A man must lead himself first before he can lead anybody else. So no, pressure doesn't always build a man. Sometimes it breaks him. Sometimes it exposes him. Sometimes it shows the ugly part of he doesn't want to see. But maybe that's the point of pressure. Because once you see it, you have a choice. You can stay bitter. You can stay numb. Blame the world around you. You can keep calling survival strength. Or you can rebuild. Guard your heart. Watch your words. Keep your eyes forward. You can stay on the path. Pressure doesn't make you better by itself. It's what you do under pressure that does. And maybe the man you're trying to become isn't found in comfort. Maybe he builds it in the fire. Pressure reveals a man. Discipline rebuilds him. Purpose keeps him walking forward.